So I'm running behind again, you guys. It's been one of those days. To clean my glasses off. I can't see who's saying hello. Hi, Tracy. Let me find me. So I can see the chat. Just running way behind. Okay. Whew. Catch your breath. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Deanna. Hi, Queen Street. Julie. Blue Bean Crochet Brooke. Hello, hello. And Sharon and Lisa. Angie, Diane, Nick. You did make it, Nick. And I'm running late. Deborah, Karen, Rogue Krista, hello. Becky and Yoshi Yarn. I don't know how to add my name to my username. It's Tina. Hi, Tina. Barbara and Robbins Ridge Creation. Nancy. Lab, who is Laura. Pippuccino. Hello, hello, hello. Is everybody busy with the Christmas shopping? Hi, Debbie. Bianna. In Texas. Is it as hot there as it is here? It's so humid and gross. You like my lives? Well, we're not going to make anything tonight. We're just going to chat. Beck Maid Studio. Hello. Another Texan. She's the one that does all those little Pokemon that I make. Those are her patterns. Joan, hello. First time joined in a live at the beginning, 1 a.m. here in Spain. Oh my goodness. You are a night owl. That was me last night. I think I was up till like 2 in the morning. Hi, Sherry and Angie, sitting at the mall waiting on your girls. That's no fun. You sent girls out shopping? You might have a long wait. Hello, Lorraine and Julie and Desiree. I'm not done with my shopping. I have no clue what to get for John for Christmas. Oh, you're hosting a tester call for Ash? Heather, did you get some rest? Ash is the boy that tries to catch all the Pokemon. You're crocheting in the car. You didn't get any rest? Well, I started my creepy eye project, Heather. You cheat and send Seattle chocolate directly from online ordering. They love it. Yeah, well, Jenna, my shopping's done. Everything hasn't got here. They keep changing the delivery date. So who knows when it's going to show up. My fault. I waited way too long. So your shopping's all done for the first time in your life? I used to be so good about it. I would be done early. You wouldn't catch me in the stores in December. But as I've gotten older, I've become a procrastinating slacker when it comes to Christmas shopping. And then John, he's impossible. He doesn't use anything that I get him. If I get him clothes, he won't wear them because there's no holes in them. He has every tool he would ever want, probably times 3. He's just impossible to shop for. So, I don't know. And then the other kids, they're taken care of. We just did gift cards with them. Yes, he likes... Or maybe I should just go to the thrift store and buy his stuff. He likes them broken. It has to have holes, you know, a couple of threads holding them together, and then he's happy with it. Letting him keep all 3 cats is pretty good Christmas present. Yeah. He does want to keep all 3. Buy him a gift card. Yes, but to wear. That's the thing, to wear. We have 2 toddlers, so I'm just going to dump fruits and berries in their stockings and call it good. There you go. You have an order to make the sandworm from Beetlejuice. Anyone done one? No. I haven't. I have not even seen a pattern on that. Hello, Rita from the UK. Gift card to the thrift store. There you go. Hi, Katie. Put some big red Christmas bows on all the kitties and say, here you go. That's a great idea. Oh, boy. So, yeah, I started my creepy eye project because Heather's almost done with her people. And she won't tell me who it is, so I can't say what I'm making. But I can say that I made one, and it came out so tiny, I had to pick a different pattern because she said I can't do a snake because that would be cheating. And this was so small, it was like cheating. You are almost done, Heather. You're supposed to be working on that this weekend. There are patterns. Yeah, that's not something I've ever looked for the sandworm. Trapped in the house from snow. Neighbors working on digging us out. Oh, that's awful. Do you have shopping centers close or do you have to drive far? 45 minutes unless I just want Walmart. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Melody. So, yeah, nothing's close. Everything's 45 minutes. Whatever direction I pick, it's 45 minutes. Unless it's Walmart or Dollar General. I could just get him a big gift bag full of junk food because he likes chips and cookies and all that kind of stuff. At least I know he'd use that. What's that? Did I miss a question there? Little ferret feet. I don't see that. Could you repeat the question? Made Beetlejuice and hated it. Ugh, the hair would be what gets me. Do you have any shopping? No. Amazon gift cards is what I tell everybody to get me. That way I can take my time and get what I want when I want it. Hi, Bonnie. Food is always a safe bet for the males. Yep, it's junk food. Maybe he drinks coffee, so maybe Starbucks or Dunkin' Donut gift card. Or like McDonald's. The best gifts are food. I did give a backpack full of favorite treats to a friend who was going on a trip. He really liked that. I bet he did. This is what they said. Do you happen to have a link to the eyes you are getting? I just made 2 packages and mailed them. Those dome eyes cracked and fell out. I was mortified. Heather, can you, I mean, the link's really long. I don't know if it'll fit in here, but I think afterwards I can add it to the description. I mean, because it's on AliExpress. Oh, Heather's going to look and see if she can get it to put it in there. Those dome backs are awful. But yeah, I did not see that question. My apologies. You meant to ask, do you remember a few months ago, Sue, I think it was, done a test for a angel, and it was so cute. If it was that small angel, I think that is from Scarlet Garden Crochet. And she's usually, hers are free on Instagram. Yeah, it's just, has she added the link for AliExpress because it's like 500 words long. It's like reading a dissertation. It's not a short link. That's why I was thinking I might be able to add it to the description, and even then I can't guarantee that it'll work. Pokemon patterns do you usually make? Which, well, I do, and she's in the chat, I do Beck Made Studios Pokemon patterns. I get them from her shop on Etsy. And she is actually in the chat tonight. And she has a test out right now for Ash, which is the kid, the guy, whatever. I don't play that game. Anyone other than me that can't read patterns. A lot of people say they can't read patterns, but a pattern is like following a map. Every pattern that's worth its weight in a grain of salt has a key, just like a map key or a legend, whatever you want to call it, and it'll tell you what every one of their abbreviations mean, and you just do it in the order that it says. What splooting dog pattern do you use? The only splooting patterns, oh, I think I know what you're talking about. That one came from, now I have to, let me see if I can find it. Oh, don't make me sign in. I don't want to sign in. I just want to go look. Just let me go. Okay. Okay, that pattern, I'm pretty sure is the one you're talking about, is from Tim Magic Ring on Etsy. Let me see if I can figure out how to copy and paste on the iPad. Is there not a share thing? I don't know how to copy and paste on the iPad. Hold on. That's the pattern, and it's Tim Magic Ring, T-I-M Magic Ring on Etsy. But I absolutely do not know how to do that on the iPad. Apple is difficult. All right, so also, I meant to ask you, do you remember if you, okay, that's that one. Working on one of your Forest Fox patterns. So cute. Okay, Scarlet Garden Crochet, yep. Tasha, I had answered you, replied in your video when you were asking about it, but it is by Beck Made Studios, and she is here in the chat tonight. It's BEKMADE Studios on Etsy. But if you look in the comments of that video, I gave you the link for that in that comment. You hate reading patterns? You talking about the big corgi dog? Yes, Lorraine. It's the one, it comes in a 4-pack. There's 4 different dogs in it. Do I paint eyes? I have attempted it, and I make a big sloppy mess. So, let's see. Click this link, then search eye backs. Okay, so Heather put in a link, and then you just search eye backs. That link doesn't work for you. Let me see if it works for me, because sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. It worked for me. And then it wants me to sign in. Oh, close, close, close. Okay. But yeah, I've attempted it. I even bought myself some fancy glitters that I haven't tried yet. The last time I did it, I used a paintbrush, and it was a little easier for me to control the resin. So I splurged. I just haven't tried yet. But they're pretty fancy glitters. Like different shapes in it and stuff. It's supposed to be like a chameleon glitter. The kitties are doing really good. They are getting so big. John wants to keep them all now. My buddy is Sam, the one that was going to be Ranger, but John kept calling him the black one, so we changed his name to Sam. And he likes to sit in my lap while I'm crocheting. So he's my buddy. He's the friendliest of the 3 that are here. Hi, Marina. Let me see if I can pin that to the top. Nope, I don't want to go there. I want to, there we go, pin. Okay, so Heather's link for the shop that sells the eyes is pinned to the top. Once you get going, your eyes will be fabulous. They really add... Oh, they do. Christine has sent me a couple of times, has sent me some eyes, and they are so pretty. She does a great job with those. Christine from What's Up Cupcake. And I was going to show you guys in the next video. I go to the P.O. box. Oh my gosh, this is a story. Well, one trip to the P.O. box, because it sends me emails if they have to put it in one of these new fancy like electronic boxes. And there was a bubble mailer in there from Stacy. And I did that, the Elfster, is that how you say it? Exchange thing that she started on Instagram. So it's just like being a secret Santa. And when I saw there was this envelope was in there from Stacy, at first I thought, did she pick me? I mean, I feel bad for whoever picked me because I struggled. I could not figure out how to get the links to go in there because you make like a wish list. Somehow I was able to get 2 of them in there. One of them was a link to Christine's eyes on Etsy, and one was a link for some dappled yarn so I can make another gargoyle, but that's all I could get in there. So, and then Christine's eyes sold out. So that left one item for whoever my Secret Santa person is to choose from. But at first, when I saw that envelope from Stacy, I thought maybe she had picked me. But no, she was just being nice and sent me a little Christmas gift with 4 pairs of her painted eyes. And they do. They look so much better. But the next story was, I get an email that I have packages at the post office, and these are things that I've ordered for Christmas. Plus, I needed to go to Walmart because I needed cat litter and cat food and some polyfill. So I asked John, would he drive me? That way I don't have to unload everything in my car to make sure I have enough room, because I don't know what size boxes the post office has for me or anything. Hi, Lisa. So we go to the post office, and it's just 2 little packages. No big deal. But the cat litter is like 36-pound box, and then the big bag of cat food, so you have enough to feed 3 cats, and then the big 10-pound box of polyfill. We get all that. We pick up some stuff to make chili for dinner. We go back out to his van, and he locked it because I had those packages in there. Well, I didn't think anything of that because, you know, he has all these tools. I figure he locks his car all the time. So, about a year ago, he had to have the ignition replaced. And, well, don't you know, the ignition key does not fit the door. So, we're locked out of the car. So I had to call Jenna and ask her if she could come rescue me and bring me home. And I'm like, do you have the old key? And he's like, somewhere. You know, he doesn't know. So he had to call a locksmith. $121 to get him back in his van. He'll never want to drive me anywhere again. So, yeah, that was an interesting day. Heather, they are pretty glitters. And then, I don't know what these are. I thought I had gotten like, yeah, some mica powders that say chameleon pigment, which I'm sure that's backwards for you. There is never a dull moment. I mean, it was funny, but it wasn't funny because, you know, that was an expensive trip to the post office and to Walmart. Luckily, they were able to get in it and not, you know, damage a window or anything like that. So, $121 probably took the guy 5 minutes to do it. We're in the wrong business, you guys. I can't get into this to see what it is. It just says chameleon flakes. I don't recall ordering that. Well, I'd have to have the old key to get a new key made to fit his door, because the ignition key, being a new ignition, does not fit the door. So that was, but a key is a good idea. So I wonder, do locksmiths change the door locks? He could get at least one of them changed and then have a way into his van. That's kind of dark. That's dark. Are they all the same color? No. Green. Okay, this one's gold. Is it changing colors? But it came with a little brush. So what's it, like makeup or something? Call dealer, they could order you one. This van's like really old. He has antique tags on it. So, let's see. Did some eyes with glitter nail polish. Looked really nice. I have tried that before. And I got the coat of the glitter part on it. And I stopped. They're just sitting on the desk. So I don't know. It's because it's so old. You paid $100 to a locksmith and he noticed my back door was unlocked the entire time. Oh my gosh. You know what? I checked every single door to make sure that wasn't the case. That would have been, that would have been really bad. Or be out there in this heat, sweating to death to notice that the one side's window is down while you're trying to break into the other. That would be another mess. Hi, Joanne. You're not late. We're still here. Let's see. I am enjoying a break from the markets. I bet you are. You know what? I am too. I've been making stuff, but I have been like a slacker and just taking my time. I'm not rushing, even though there's stuff I should be doing. Not that I'm supposed to be doing, but that I should be doing, like chicks and eggs, more Pokemon, Ninja Turtles, you know, things like that. It's like, I don't want to. I want to make some of my new patterns, so that's what I've been playing with. So I'm just like, it's like nice to, it's Friday night and I'm not sitting at a market. My next market is January 2nd, so I don't have that much of a break. Yes, we did work hard. We do deserve a break. Whose pattern do I use for chicks and eggs? Heather. Who does the pattern for the chicks and eggs we use? I can't never remember. And I make that pattern all the time. And you know what? I have that. Nope, that's not it. Cozy Hooked Creations. Nope, that's for the dog bed. I thought maybe I might have part of it here, but I haven't worked on any unalive, so I don't have it here. Do you use a different pattern for the egg with the chicks and the eggs, or the same one? Huh? Do you use a different pattern for the egg with the chicks and eggs, or the same one? Nick, that question doesn't make sense to me. It's in the pattern package. It comes with the egg pattern and the little chick pattern. So I guess it's the same one. I've made a list of sold out items and just choosing what I want to make. That's the way to do it. Don't write it on little pieces of paper and put it in the bucket, because then the bucket will be cruel to you and give you all the big things. At least that's what it does to me. Do you drive at least an hour for most markets? When I go to the hub, yes, that one is an hour. And the other one is like 30 minutes, but that's only because it's a straight shot on the interstate. For some reason, I think you used to use one pattern for the chick and another pattern because you liked the egg. I think that's the only chicken egg pattern I've tried. I know there's a few of them out there, but the price is what got me to buy this one, and I liked it. I think the other one I was looking at was like double the price, and I was like, nope, not doing it. I'm going to get this one. But yeah, it's the good market is like 30 minutes away, 35. But the other one that's, you know, I mean, it's not a bad market, but the kids are kind of hard to deal with there. So it makes it not pleasant sometimes. That one is an hour. But I cut back on that. I am not doing that twice a month. I signed up for once a month. But I also signed up for a different one that is on Sundays in the daytime. And it's through the same company, but it's at the same location as my Good Market. So if that one works out, I'm going to stick with the Sunday in the daytime and drop the hub because of the drive time. You watched a free tutorial and your eggs and chicks came out so much littler. Smaller than the person making it, or smaller than what? You just finished the last custom order and now can get to all the spluters that I know will sell next season. Wait till you see the new ones. Just wait. She told me about one, and I can't wait to show you guys in the next video, where it's kind of a modification, but it's not really a modification. You're taking the head, the ears, the tails from one pattern that is not hers, but it's someone else's pattern, and you do those, and then you do her body and legs to make the pattern, and it is so cool. When I was talking to her, well, me and Heather and Sue were talking to her, and she showed, we're like, you have I'm not telling you what it is because it's a surprise. Hi, Patty. Yes, an hour is a distance at night. But yeah, I was like, but I already have so many patterns of that item. And I'm like, oh, hell, what's another one? So I went and bought the one so I'd have the right size head and everything. And don't you do it, Heather. Smaller than what you make, and yours. Well, I have to, when you see stuff on here, it's distorted. The size is distorted. And then it depends on your yarn and your hook size. So, I mean, I've had mine come out small, and then I've had them come out like, oh boy, this size should be a lot more than $10, it just depends on the yarn and the hook. So, yeah. And then she's got the new ones in the works, and Heather's already been playing with one of those. So, yeah, there's going to be some really cool spluters coming out. Not that the other ones aren't cool, and I still haven't done all of those yet. It's like the squirrel I haven't done, the cat I haven't done, the spluting toothless I haven't done. I'm sure there are a few others that I haven't done. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. What is the best price point for your plushies? What people... Well, I think that depends on what market you're at and your area. But I find the price that people don't usually complain about is $12 and under. But I've been trying to stay away from $5 items and going from like $8 and up. If you have, say you have 1,000 people come through your event, and 100 people, that's pushing it. Okay, 20 people buy from you. And if all 20 people only bought a $5 item, you made $100. But if those 20 people bought a $10 item, then you made $200. So, I don't know. It's just, you got to kind of weigh it. At first, I thought having the $5 items was good for the kids, but when that's the bulk of your sales, I don't know. I mean, even if you paid yourself $20 an hour plus materials, then that would have to be like 15 minutes or less. And even then, well, maybe 10 minutes, because you'd have to make up for your material cost. Hi, Christine from Australia. You keep bragging about that Kuromi. I showed that and she's like, I want it, I want it. That was, I haven't made another one since then. And I should, but I just haven't. You have the All From Jade mini whales for $5 each. They're so quick, I don't mind, and the kids love them. See, I tried at the whales, and whales didn't sell for me. A lot of the things that a lot of the crochet people that go to markets make, like loaf cats, they all say they do good, or maple chicken, they say they do good. They just don't move for me. Farmer Frog was extra super cute. What you talking about? So you have, so was the frog you, what? So was the frog you did, Heather? What are we talking about? They're having a conversation without me. A friend just started doing market. She said anything under 20. If it's a gift, they'll spend more. Crafters are finally doing crochet plushies in Hawaii. Oh, there you go. You were just saying last week that they weren't doing that. Isn't it weird how different markets are for everyone? Yes, it's very weird. I mean, some people have been having like some really fantastic markets this season, but the majority of us have not. They have been less than the previous year. You know, very slow, or there's lots of people and people aren't spending. So, yeah, it just depends, I guess, where you're at. You stopped selling $5 items since August. They're now $7 and sell good. Yep. I don't blame you. You did a few of the sploots. The first I sold was the Highland Cow. That one's, yep. That one, when I took it, it sold on its market debut. Yes, she made me say the word because I was reading the comment. Hi, Melinda. You gave up on Pugsley and frogged it. Pugsley. Is Pugsley... What is Pugsley? It's Wednesday Adams' brother. What is Pugsley? Do you ever change your prices depending on the market? Well, I haven't done a market that's been super expensive to get into, so I would have to say no on that one. Oh, April's dog, the pug? Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't tried that. Just did a market, and they set up another crocheter directly behind me. 75 vendors, and we were the only 2 crocheters. That's what I thought was happening to me last week, Friday. You know, we get there, we can't get through the aisle because the woodworking guy is popping his canopy in the middle of the aisle. And then when we do get into our spot, and I look across, and here's these plushies on the table. So, I mean, instantly I had an attitude. And I spotted the coordinator, so I went over and I said something to him. And I'm like, really? Right across from me? And he's like, what? And I'm like, selling the same type of item? And he's like, well, she's not supposed to be. She's supposed to be selling books. Well, I did get a chance to talk with her later, and she does sell books. She is a child psychologist, and she wrote her own books, and her neighbor had made her these plushies to look like the characters in her different books, but the neighbor freehanded them, so there's no pattern. She can't she can't duplicate them exactly. I mean, she could probably get close, but she can't duplicate it. So She she wasn't selling the plushies. But I mean, just right away I was just like, you couldn't put them on the other side, you know. I mean, I don't care if there's another one there. There's been other crochet people there before and I've done fine. It's just don't have the same things together. Mix it up. April does some nice large markets. She does. Lorraine, that's fantastic. She was the only one at her market that crocheted. That's great. It's nice when that happens, especially if it's a busy market. Oh, I watched the She Shed episode today too. I was expecting this like completed reveal at the end, and that wasn't what was there. And Katie was nice enough to include my little scrappy turtle in her scrap buster video, scrap buster pattern video. It is crazy to put two together of the same. Spread it out, makes it more of a pleasant experience for the shopper and for the vendors. Let's see. You still have a lot of work ahead of you. Well, I figured that might have been from like a couple weeks ago, and maybe you've progressed more now. I don't know. I don't know how far ahead you get to record your videos. I used to be able to do 1 or 2 videos ahead of time, and yeah, that all changed. 14 degrees. Uh-oh. Mary's at a market tonight, and she just sent me a text. Says, so dead. It's going to be 4 parts because of how long the video would be. Plus, I have to walk 6 blocks back to get the car. That's Mary. She's doing a city event wherever she's from in South Florida on the East Coast, and all the parking around her area, it was all paid parking, so it was 6 blocks away to get free parking. So now she has to walk 6 blocks back to get to her car when her market is over. Let's see. We're all going to want a she shed now. I know. That or a bigger house. I think that would be really expensive. Because I would want central heat and air. I would want its own Wi-Fi system. Its own cable system. Well, with Wi-Fi you don't need cable. But I would have to have it like just rigged. Now, that was 6 months of footage, and yes, it's now painted wallpaper and has flooring. Let's see. Melly from Melly Inspired mentioned the mouse with the cookie. Does anyone know whose pattern? So I directed her to your pattern. Oh, thank you. I watched this video. 2 crocheters side by side. They loved it. Most bought from both. Never thought of that. Normally people buy from the first ones they see. So I would say that's a mix. Some people buy from the first they see, and other people like to walk through the whole thing and then go back to something that they spotted, but they wanted to see what else was there before they spent their money. Do you think the tariffs have affected the markets? I thought maybe for like the Temu reseller people that it might affect them, but that doesn't seem to be slowing down that I've noticed. But then someone, I think it might have been Lorraine in here, said that Temu has warehouses all over the United States, so I don't know. see. You know you're my idol. I was going to talk you and your patterns up. Oh, you're always going to talk me and my patterns up. Well, thanks, Katie. Yeah, now the economy itself, I think, has definitely affected the markets because, you know, we don't sell necessities. Ours are, I guess you could call it a luxury item. But yeah, I think the economy definitely has. That was you, Lorraine? Yeah, that's what I thought. You know, I'm terrible with names. So, I don't know. I kind of thought that if the tariffs were going to make things like that much more expensive, like the toys would be more expensive, then people would have to buy from us, or they couldn't get it in because the tariffs were too high, so they'd stop ordering, and then that would like make it good for us and like the 3D printer people. Did you have your surgery? Heather's surgery is on Monday. So she's still in the waiting stages right now. Your daughter does Renaissance fairs. Their sales have been way down this year. I can see that. People are needing to pay more for food, housing, and utilities, so not as much play money. Yep. Yep. Definitely. Everybody's wishing Heather good luck on Monday. Yep. She's going to be a whole new person when we get to see her again after that. She's going to be able to breathe. She's going to have a few nights of good sleep behind her, so she won't be exhausted anymore. And she's going to be a whole new person. I'm not going to say that out loud, but I have not seen that kind of commercial or ad because I don't want to start getting them, because if I talk about that other one about stuck stuff that used to come up all the time and it hasn't come up in a while, but if I talk about it, it'll pop up. Don't want it. Let's see, 96 degrees here in Australia. I can't imagine, well, I guess I could imagine it being that warm. I was going to say, it's Christmas time. It's supposed to be cold, but here in Florida, it is hot and humid. Heather is still in the anxiety phase of surgery. She is going to feel so much better. Yes, she is. Not as cranky. When I see dogs, I think of Heather. Kaylee Crochet lives just south of Lansing. Okay. 32 in Ohio. Well, I don't know what the exact temperature is here, but, you know, just a few days ago, or Monday, I was chilled, and then it's hot today. You don't know one day to the next what it's going to be here. You were in the 20s last week, close to 70s next week. Yep, see? You don't know how to dress or... Heather? -5. Hi, Nadine. You went from 4 degrees to 65 degrees in 2 days? Yep, it's nuts. It's like, let winter be winter, but technically it's not winter yet. It is still fall. We have a few more days and then it's technically winter. It's been storming here for 3 days, got 6 inches of snow. Good for working on next year's stock. Hawaii's been storming all week. That's your winter. That, Belinda, that would be funny. Yes. What will Heather crochet while she's on her meds? What will it look like? The cat in the bed. Who makes that pattern? That is Poggy's Place. It's supposed to be in the 60s for Christmas here in Southwest. Is that Michigan? Mississippi? Minnesota? I don't know those 2-letter abbreviations. I get them mixed up. See, you bought all these patterns and still nothing. I want to crochet. You know, Heather, I was kind of running into the same thing. Because I don't want to do them all in 1 week. I want to kind of like pace myself. So it's hard to pick. I bought so many of them, it is hard to pick. It may have 3 heads. It could, but who is it that does the 3-headed dog? That might be popular. Michigan. Okay. I get them all mixed up. Except for the ones that like no other state can have those letters, like FL for Florida or NY for New York. CA for California, but then it could be Canada. So, how's my inventory? It's still pretty full. I have some smalls that could use some restocking, but it's still pretty full. Maybe don't work on the person. Let's see. If you won't need the painkiller, it wasn't bad. Okay. So they might not give it to you, Heather. Lovely weather in California today. You have your last show of 2025 tomorrow. There's only giving us an hour to set up, and I'm stressed. Yeah, I get a little stressed when it's like that too. But you know, you just set up, and if you're still setting up when it opens, you're still setting up. You can only do what you can do. Complicated Knots on YouTube does a 3-headed dog that's pretty good. There's someone else, though, that has a plushie version. And I think Complicated Knots usually does like acrylic and cotton, if I remember correctly. And this one, it's for a plushie. And I bought a pattern from them before, but not that. And I don't remember who it is. You've been crocheting hats to donate, but your neck is acting up, so I'm taking a break. Heck yeah. Trying to recruit your dad into helping me since my sister works and she usually helps. Like, just for the setup or through the whole day? Tell him it can be an early Christmas present. Yes, Heather. How are your plushies and spiders doing at Lisa's? Did you sell out of spiders yet? You have used plush yarn on her patterns? You really want to write my first crochet pattern. Any advice? Make sure you get it tested. I didn't ask how the plushies were doing this month. I made $270 after commission last month. $270's not bad, Heather. Just the setup. The whole day I can manage. The hour setup is where I need the help. Where I need the help with the setup is the canopy. Other than the canopy, I could handle it on my own. But that canopy, that's rough. You sold 8 spiders and took over 9 more. But did you sell out of those 9 yet? That's what I want to know. It is called... It's a mascot for HMAS. Okay. Yes, yeah, I am lucky that he likes to help me. Just wrote your first pattern. It is on Ravelry, but I think I have to make it better. What is it, Deborah? Thankfully, we're in Michigan, so everything is indoors. Oh, you're lucky. I can't remember my last indoor market. It's been so long. Made 3 of the baby Demi Gordons for last Saturday's market, and all 3 sold. They're selling good. And so the last episode of Stranger Things is going to show, I think it's New Year's Eve. It's either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. And my market is on the 2nd. So I think I should have a whole bunch. What do you think? I have, I think, 3 small ones and 1 of the bigger ones. What do you think? How much yarn do I have? I might be pushing it on the toffee. I heard the same thing, that they're going to have it in theaters, but I also heard it'll be $25 to go and watch it in the theater. But you can still see it on Netflix, so that's where I'll be watching it. I was trying to get crochet and sewing done, and my arm is killing me. Oh, no. Take a break, Melody. Take a break. You think I should go for it? But how many? How many should I make? And should I just stick with the little ones, the $15 ones? I probably could do 2.5 of the smaller ones with the same amount of yarn as one of the bigger ones. And then technically I'd be making more. So you think 10, Heather? 10 of the small ones? You have 1 done, but now I'm crocheting puff stitch snowflakes for the pencil tree in the dining room. That's exactly who it is, Lorraine. It was handmade by Nicole. I knew I bought something from them. That spider. A nice shelf full of the small. You think 10 to 12? I would like the change of seasons. Let's see. Currently working on the clown. He's got to be done by 8 p.m. Well, I don't know what time zone you're in, but you got 1 minute in my time zone. There's your challenge, Robin. How many can you make? Well, that's the thing. I don't want to burn myself out on them. So it'd be like, oh, maybe make a couple today, maybe a couple the next day. I can't just sit and do just those. I would get so bored. The mini ones, 10. Yeah, so you have a few hours. Yeah, you would be officially late if you were here. The shelf would look like a garden. It would. Yeah, I do not like batch crocheting. I mean, when I say batch crocheting, I mean like make all the legs, all the feet, all the arms, all the heads, and then assemble it. I would rather go start to finish. Then if I'm like, okay, let's make another one, start to finish. And then if I'm still into it, start to finish. But then when I do it in a batch, I feel obligated, like I have to do it. I have to finish it. And I don't like that. Luna Crochets has an awesome small demi-dog loaf style that is pretty neat, and it sells really well for me. I was going to tell you about it. I think you would like it. Who is it? Luna Crochets. I will forget. Is she on Etsy? Do you ever mix and match patterns? I do. I make Franken things all the time. But that's a good idea. Crochet Grove's head on Shannon's splooter. That's a really good idea. Making a sweater for your little brother for Christmas. Breaks are so important. Hope I get it finished in time. Today is the 19th. 4 days. 5 days if you push it to Christmas Eve. Let's see. Yeah, no assembly line. Nope. You made that mistake with mini turtles, made 20 heads, and then you were stuck making 20 in a row. See, you know, and we don't have to, but it's like all in our heads. Like, I started it, so I have to finish it. You know, the only reason if I start and I don't finish is like the assembly instructions. I've had one pattern that was like this. I just absolutely could not figure out how to put it together. I mean, it basically had no instructions. So I just like stuffed all the little parts into the body and let it sit. Or if I run out of that color and I have to wait to get it in. But if I sit there and I start it, the parts and everything, I have to finish it. Let's see, and it's really cheap. Okay, I will check it out. Batch crocheting, love the momentum because I have a bunch of unfinished projects. Yeah, you do lose the momentum, big time. Yes, I am still live and alive. Do turtles sell well? They usually do. I had a few markets there where turtles, snakes, none of that usual popular stuff was selling. And then the last 2 markets they've been selling again. So they were just on vacation. But the sea turtles do really well. I need to do some other fancy ones because like the only fancy one, and it's not really fancy, that I have left is the blueberry turtle. So I need to do like the rose and a watermelon and, you know, that type of thing. You just finished Crochet Grove's giraffe. I have not tried that one. But I did just do a giraffe last week. The mini turtles sell well. My other turtles do not. I have Tofu the turtle and Crochet by Jenna's sea turtle, and neither sell. Try doing it one time without the mini turtles on the table because you've given them a cheaper option, and see if that does it. Because if you give them a cheap option, they're gonna, I think, in just my opinion, that they're gonna go for the cheaper option, especially if it's just to satisfy a little one. You always want to move on to something else because I get bored of doing the same things. Yes. It's so funny because yesterday I was chatting with Heather, and my desk where I sit at, where the computer is, was so buried in so many different yarns. I'm like, I can't work in this. I had about this much space left that wasn't buried, and it took me about 2 hours to straighten that mess up. But I found my 6.5 millimeter hook. I thought I lost it, and it was just buried under all the stacks of yarn. Found a bunch of yarn needles, a bunch of stitch markers. Oh, lots of polyfill dust. It was a mess. So today I've been very good, and I got finished with the yarn. I went and put it back, but that won't last long. Let's see. You liked my giraffe? It was cute. Bonnie, if she is still in here, she was making it. She said she had problems with the legs, getting them to line up as well. Old Soul Factory turtles sell really well, and I don't have to make fins. Yes, that would be nice. I have not tried her pattern on that yet. You have a chair next to you that fills up so fast. I know. It's just like, well, because you're going to use it again, so I put it away. So you I need green, so you can run and grab a green, but you don't put the yellow and blue back. You know, doesn't take much. Dave just asked me if we were related. Talking about the pile of yarn mess. Did a lot of splooters, and your friend took your inventory with them, and they sold all but one. It was a good venue. Nice. Nice. There's some sewing, head, ears, the horns, things, and tail. He says we are related. I have same issues. Yeah, well, you know, I think that is a common issue in the crochet community. It feels like shopping when you clean up your craft chair. You find all sorts of last things. Yes, that's what it was like yesterday. I probably had a handful of stitch markers and yarn needles and my 6.5 millimeter. Like, I'm actually using that today. I haven't been able to find it for weeks, and it was buried under all the yarn. And then all the trays of the different size eyes. It's like, oh, I need 14 millimeter. Go grab that little drawer. Oh, I need 16s. Go grab that little drawer. But do you think I take the 14 back? Nope, it's still sitting there. So I had 10s, 12s, 14s, 16s, some colored eyes, just all kinds of assorted backs on the desk. I'm like, oh my goodness, what a mess. What a mess. I would never let anybody in my room. Does anyone hate crochet their bestsellers the most? I typically don't like crocheting my bestsellers, I think, because I have to. I agree with that. I agree, because it's like, oh, I have to make that. And it's no fun when you have to do it. You wouldn't call that an issue? See, the yarn is taking over your apartment. Yes, I have yarn on that wall, yarn on this wall, yarn behind me, yarn over here. I have yarn in totes in this other little room here. I have a lot of yarn. She lies, she'd let me in. Only if you gave me warning so I could try to straighten up a little bit, Heather. If you crochet, we are all related. Yep. My husband put up more shelves for my yarn. It was taking over our guest bedroom. And then once they're filled, it's going to start taking over again. You ran out of yarn needles. And instead of cleaning my desk, I ordered more from Amazon. That sounds like something I'd do, Bonnie. You're taking a guess. Your husband lets you enjoy your crocheting and you can spend what you want. Yeah, I'm spending my own money. So, but yeah, I'd spend whatever I want on it. Usually, though, when the box shows up, he's like, more yarn. Yarn room resembles yours. The bees. Ugh. Not my favorite thing to make, but you know what? They made the top 10 list. The bees. And I hadn't made those in so long. I was watching Christine from What's Up Cupcake. Did she say the Maple Chickens was her bestseller? I can't remember. But I know it was in her top 10 list, was the Maple Chickens. Now, if I make the wings and put the wings on them, when I did that, the ones that I had sold. So, I don't know. It's like, there are just some things that, like, I don't enjoy. I mean, I like easy, but if it's too easy, it gets boring real fast. Would your husband do a live like Grumpy? That would be fun having your husband on. I don't know if he would or not. And it might be fun for you guys, but it would not be fun for me. You just ordered from Premiere last night and they already shipped. That was pretty quick. You think sometimes you need a husband, but then you're like, it ain't worth it. Yeah, sometimes it's not. Number one for Christine was a chicken. It was like 70 something for the year. That it was like, that's crazy. And I'm like, I can't give the dumb things away. Chicks and the eggs, I think is what she said was her. No, mine was chicks and eggs. I'm not even sure if she makes the chicks and eggs. I'm pretty sure she said Mabel chicken. He is very sweet. But he's a talker. I wouldn't get a word out. That's why I said it would be more fun for you guys than for me. Him and both of his sisters, you can't get a word in edgewise with them. Yarn in spare bedroom and some totes in the living room. In the little bedroom I sleep in, since his grandkids moved in, his spare room has been used for a catch-all. Yep. Bought a nice granny square chicken from Sue. Those were cool. I was wanting to try and do that, but I just never got around to it. So your husband is such a bad influence. I say, I think I need more of this color. And he'll say, well, you might as well stock up on others while you're at it. That's my philosophy. You know, you order enough so that you don't have to pay the shipping. And then it's like, oh, well, you really should try this color. And maybe you should try that color. And then you end up with this. And I need to straighten it out. It's getting out of hand. Oh, you have a yarn room. It's also known as the house. Only bedrooms don't have yarn, or bathrooms don't have yarn. Sue has yarn hidden in her bathrooms. She hides them in totes in the tub. Katie, let's see. Oops. Yeah, that would be easy to do. There are a lot of people talking about the markets and the bestsellers right now, so that'd be very easy to do. It's a tax write-off. But you know what happens, though, Katie? So you got to be careful of this. If you keep buying all your inventory, like, before the end of the year comes along, then you're going to go a long stretch where you don't have to buy. And eventually it's going to catch up where one year you're not going to have all those write-offs because it wasn't balanced. Let's see. You live in a one-bedroom apartment and I'm running out of place to put the yarn. Well, and then it's like, where do all the plushies go? I feel like I should have a market every weekend just to keep moving them out. What do you do? Let's see. My plushies are in those big zippered moving bags in our extra bathroom tub. You'll find a way to need more yarn. Well, we always need more yarn. I mean, because you buy a pattern, and do you have what you need? Nope, you got to buy more yarn. I track just about everything, I think. I think I do pretty decent with that. I have not considered Palm Street. Well, I thought about it, but there are so many people doing it. And the part that gets me is the shipping. Now, if they do it like Etsy does, where you can have a calculated shipping, then you have to know your box size. You have to know the weight and everything, which is fine because you can guess probably within an ounce or so, like one plushie might be stuffed a little bit more than the other one that's like it, or vice versa. But if you can only put a flat rate shipping in, especially being in Florida, if somebody in, like, if Nick in Washington ordered from me, her shipping would be outrageous compared to someone that lived in Georgia if they ordered from me. So it's just like, ugh. You want to do stuff like that, but the shipping is what gets me. That and the photos. the batch color variations recently, you've had to order more yarn just to try to match your skeins. Oh yeah, like the rust in the brights, that one's been really bad. Not just the rust, but that one was like extremely noticeable. Like I ordered more thinking I didn't have any, and because I put it over with the curry because it looked like curry. You're an accountant by trade. Tracking and keeping organized is the best way. Oh, definitely. Definitely. But mine is organized chaos. If I clean up and put everything away, then I can't find anything. Get some under the bed totes and slide them up under the bed. Yep, your rust looks like curry. I know. I was like, I thought mine was curry, and I put it away with the curry. And I'm like, I guess I didn't order rust, so in my next order I ordered more rust, and it came in looking like curry again. And it was a really pretty color of rust. But I will say, I ordered some Elise Veludo. But luckily I have used oh my gosh. Let's see, one day they will find me in my home dead, crushed beneath the great yarn avalanche, and they will all say she had the strangest smile on her face. That's hilarious. Thank you so much. But I ordered some Elise Veludo, and I think it's color number 11, and they call it tan. Is absolutely a gorgeous rust color. Cool over-the-door storage for yarn, and you can use both sides of the door. Ooh, is that like the shoe things that you hang on the doors? It's always fun at the end of the year to add up expenses and see actually how much you spent on yarn for the year. You're normally shocked that it's not as... You know, I was too when I was saving all my bands to do the monthly yarn usage, which I haven't recorded anything for December, but I have not thrown out my bands. I have them. I was surprised at how little it added up to versus how much the plushies added up to. And I didn't do a good job at keeping track of the plushies. Like, I know I'd missed some because like, oh, it's market day, let me throw them in the bags, and I forgot to write them down. Love under the bed. Both my beds have them. California King and Queen. That's a lot of storage. Yes, but specifically for yarn, the shelves are zippered, enclosed, clear plastic. Okay. So it's just called an over-the-door yarn storage? Your beds aren't tall enough? Yes, Nick is right. Furniture risers, the little bed riser things, would get your bed tall enough to get those totes under the bed. Okay, I'm going to look that up. Although I might not be able to... I could put it on that door, but I couldn't put it on that one. Over the door yarn storage. Your bed is almost You know, mine is, I look like a little kid when I have to climb up, like put one knee up and then hoist myself up into bed because it's so tall. And that's not because, like, the bed frame is tall. It's just the box spring and the mattresses are so... The mattress is so thick that it's like climbing a mountain to get in. The yarn behind me definitely has gone down. That's why I need to straighten it out, because I've got it like all mixed up. Putting it, like, just setting the colors on the edge. I have it all mixed up. I need to straighten it. Starting to bother me. You had one, but your cats used it for a scratch post. Oh no. You can get a bigger bedspread. Or, nope, just get a dust ruffle. That'll cover it. Someone asked me in a video comment, do you actually use all of that yarn behind you? And I said, yes. It's my full-time job to use yarn. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Bed skirt, yes, dust ruffle. I call them a dust ruffle because it hides all the dust bunnies. It just hides the dust bunnies. You have a dust ruffle, but I'd need a longer one. Gonna have to bust out the sewing machine and add an extension to it. Maybe. Get some lace, you know, thick like eyelet lace, and just sew it along the edge. Maybe. More work, more work. See. My new pedestal bed has 4 drawers under it, but now need a ladder to get into bed. Yeah, that's how I feel. It's just, you know, it's a regular king-size bed. And that was so nice. That was, like, this is our first king-size bed. And when we got it, I'm like, I feel like I have my own zip code to sleep in. You stay over there, I'll stay over here. It was so nice. You know, especially, like, for someone who radiates heat off their body to someone who cannot even stand the covers on them. That was nice. Whole zip code to yourself. But it is like a climb up. Oh yeah, you could crochet your own dust ruffle. There'd be that much less yarn you have to store. Have you tried Coke Zero? I think I tried it one time before and I didn't care too much for it. I really need to just stop drinking that crap altogether. It's not good for you. I wish it was windy here, and then maybe it wouldn't feel so warm. Anyhow. So it is 8:25, you guys. We got 5 more minutes, and you use a step stool by your... You drink Diet Coke once a year. I drink it every single day. Too much of it. And it's funny because at one point I got myself down to 2 a day. 1 in the morning, that was my morning coffee. Just, you know, like all the coffee drinkers had the coffee. That was my morning coffee. And then about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so that I didn't get that afternoon crash. It was my caffeine uplift. And I don't know what happened, but just slowly but surely, I was back to drinking a whole bunch of it every day. I don't know how, but it just happened. Like, I was very strict with myself about it, and then we'd say go out to dinner, and John would automatically order a Diet Coke for me instead of just asking for a water. And not blaming him, because I sat there and drank it, but that's, you know, you go over someone's house and they offer it to you, and you're like, oh, no, just give me water, you know, you don't want to be rude, and you accept the drink, and then, you know, it happens. It just slowly starts to pick back up. Your joint pain was nearly gone after about 2 weeks. I have heard that what is it? What do they put in this stuff? NutraSweet, aspartame, whatever the sweetener is in it, that it can cause the joints and stuff. You lost 15 pounds just cutting soda from my diet. No other diet or exercise. Yep. Makes you think what they put into their aspartame. Yep. This stuff's not good for you. And I'm weak. I can't go cold turkey. I cannot do it. I'm not a coffee drinker. And I don't want to have to take Excedrin every day just to get a dose of caffeine. It gives you migraines. You live off of coffee, but staying home with 5 kids and homeschooling 3, you need all the caffeine you can get. Yeah. If you can quit pop, anyone can. Do I like junk food? I like some junk food. I am not a fan of fast food. I do like salty snacks. Also makes you hungry, so you get snacky, hence weight gain. But you know what? And I know it's because I need to drink more water, but when I drink water, it makes me thirsty. Is that not, like, weird? But I know it's because it's your body saying you need to drink some more. It's just weird. Just totally weird. You only have one a day, Heather? I don't know. That's dehydration. Then I'm a walking lump of dehydration. See, and I don't think that, well, I don't know, your coffee cup size is pretty big, but I don't think like a normal, what people used to have, the little 8-ounce cups, I don't think 3 cups of coffee is excessive. But now they sell, 20-ounce and 30-ounce coffees. This is a chill pill that I'm holding. I made these a while ago. They were buried under the pile of yarn on my desk. No water has sodium in it, so that's why you're getting thirsty. Let's see. Hi, April. You have to have at least 1 cup of coffee a day. I never could acquire a taste for that. Ugh. One, it makes you feel like you got hair growing on your teeth. So I just never, I don't know, just never acquired a taste for coffee. It's like I cannot stand the taste of beer. I think beer is one of the most disgusting flavors ever invented. You have 2 to 3 cups of coffee. Yeah, see, I don't, if they're the regular size, like an 8-ounce coffee, I do not think that's excessive. Now, if you were drinking, 3 20-ounce, 3 24-ounce cups a day, that's a lot of coffee. Beer is not for me, nope. Just shave your teeth after. Oh my gosh. You like a little coffee with your milk? You don't care for beer either. Beer is gross. Ugh, doesn't even smell good. Large Timmy's is 16 ounces. So technically you drink 2 cups of coffee a day. You drink coffee 24/7. That's why they made liquid creamers. You drink your coffee black. Nope. You used to drink a pot of coffee a day. John drinks a lot of coffee every day. Nope. I'm not even really a tea fan either. I like green tea, but regular tea, no. It's got a weird aftertaste. You must have sugar. But then you have to have natural sugars, no processed sugars or added sugars. Have a banana, that's loaded. An apple, you know, that type of thing. That's where we're supposed to get our sugar from, not from the bag. I need just a little coffee with your creamer and sweetener. Doctor said you had an extra heartbeat, so you had to drink less. Aw. Less beer or less coffee? Monk fruit is the best sugar. Never heard of it. You like sweet tea? Do you like southern sweet tea? That stuff is really sweet. That stuff will make the hair on your neck stand up. It's so sweet. Look it up. I will. I got to write it down so I won't forget the name of it. Monk fruit. Okay. Coffee. Yeah, it's not even so much the coffee as the caffeine. Tea's loaded with caffeine. The sodas are loaded with caffeine. And if it's caffeine-free and sugar-free, it's disgusting. So, southern sweet tea is as thick as cough syrup. Well, not quite, but it is like very, very sweet. My son loved McDonald's tea, and I'm like, they must put a gallon of sugar per gallon of water. That stuff is so sweet. Well, now, hot chocolate, like if you were to take, like, what's that? You get the Nestle package, or Swiss Miss, is that the other one? But anyways, a cocoa packet, and you put it in a cup of water. No, I have to have 2 packets. Otherwise, it's just like watered down chocolate. It's got to have that rich, creamy, like you got to feel that chocolate. So you'd be surprised how much sugar is in bread. Oh, yeah. No, I used to look at all that stuff, and then I just fell out of the habit. I would look at all of it. Like, I used to use coconut sugar if I had to use a sugar. It had, like, if you were counting calories, it had the same amount of calories as regular sugar, but it didn't have the effect on your blood sugar levels like regular sugar does. Root beer, 7-Up, and orange, but only occasionally. Coffee for me. Skinny cappuccino. We have missed some days. She was feeling sick. I hurt my knee. Then Toby had to go to the vet. I mean, it's been a couple of things, rain. So we'll get back on track here probably after Christmas. Does it taste like coconut, though? Coconut sugar? I didn't think it tastes like coconut because I do not like coconut. So I was very skeptical of that. But I did not think it tasted like coconut at all. You would literally die a gnarly death if you had to drink 7-Up. I drank a ton of that when I was pregnant with my son. I thought I had the flu. Oh, no. You need, yep. It's a little expensive, but I thought it was worth it. You can't have sugar anymore, so it's all artificial stuff which tastes nasty. Well, that's just as bad, if not worse. It has the same effect on your blood sugar. The kitties are doing real good, and they're getting so big. And Sam, aka Ranger, aka the black one, he is just the most lovable little kitty. He's my new buddy. Good night, Sharon. Get the natural sugars, coconut sugar. Yep. I liked the coconut sugar. I should start buying that stuff. I need to get back on track. Stop being such a slacker. Oh my goodness. All right, you guys, it is 8:37. We went longer than 5 minutes because I talk a lot. So, Heather, I will talk to you before your surgery. But everybody else is telling you good luck and that they're going to be thinking of you. So, we are going to call it a night and see what kind of trouble we can get into. So, if I don't see you guys again before Christmas, everybody have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate, just be happy. And we'll see you Sunday.